Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Center Yourself, where I teach women, specifically young Black women and women of all ages, to center themselves. Today we're going to be talking about financial and money mindset. This is something that is really important in today's society because of what's going on, politically and so on and so forth. If you live in the United States of America and you are working class, middle class, or even if you consider yourself to be higher upper class, or upper middle class rather, this information might change your life. So what I'm talking about today, as you can see from the title, is how nurses can build wealth without quitting their job. So I've been a nurse for 13 years. And what I've noticed is that a lot of nurses, even when it comes to going for their master's degree, will say, why go for my NP when I can just do doubles or do overtime and make the same, if not more money than someone who has an NP? I'll tell you why not. Why not? Because the human body is finite in the amount of time that it has on this earth. And it's finite in the amount of youthful energy that it has, right? So think about it this way. The average career spans about 30 years. And if you're doing overtime, you're working in years, right? In terms of years, you're working probably 40, 50 years if you're doing overtime all the time. You probably barely have a social life. You probably barely ever see your children or your spouse. That's not the kind of life that we want. We want to work smart and not hard. So we would prefer to go for the NP and work less hours per week and make the same amount instead of working more hours per week, making more, but then you're stressed out, right? So how nurses can build wealth without quitting their job. I used to think the only way to make more money as a nurse was to work more shifts, honestly. Every now and then I still slip into that mindset, but not in the sense of, okay, this is going to sustain me and this is going to get me to wealth. But sometimes if I need a little quick extra cash, I have apps like Clipboard, ShiftKey, Shiftster, otherwise known as eShift, that I can use to pick up shifts, right? Until one day I realized I wasn't building wealth. I was building burnout. So today I want to talk to you about how nurses can build real wealth without quitting your job or losing your peace. There was a time where I would come home after a 12-hour shift, drop my bag, and just stare. I loved helping people, but I was drained, I was broke, and wondering why I was always behind. That's when I realized nobody was coming to save me financially. Not the hospital, not management, not the union. Me. I had to start making my money work for me. The first step to building wealth as a nurse isn't another degree. It's not even the NP that we just talked about. It's a mindset shift. You have to stop seeing yourself as just an employee and start thinking like a businesswoman. Every paycheck is an investor's opportunity. Every dollar has a job. That's how you step out of survival mode. Step 1, track your money. Awareness is power. Look at your numbers in the face without shame. Look your numbers in the face without shame. Automate your growth. Set up automatic savings or investments, even if it's $50 a paycheck. So for example, my job has a retirement fund, whether it's a 403b or a 401k. You can put your money in there. You can set up an IRA that's not connected to that. There's so many ways that you can automate your money. You don't even get to see it. It just goes straight from your check into that account. Step 3, create a second income stream that aligns with you, or even a third or a fourth. most of these can be passive, right? That's how it'll work. If it's something that you have to actively do, it changes the game a little bit, and we're trying to step away from burnout and working excessively. We're trying to work smart and not hard. Nurses make excellent coaches, like what I'm doing right now. Content creators and course builders, because we know how to teach, lead, and care. Use those gifts beyond the bedside. Sis, I'm not saying quit your job. You need that job. You got bills to pay. I'm saying stop depending on it to be your only source of peace or money. You don't need to work harder. You need to work smarter. So if you're a nurse who's tired of burnout and ready to build wealth without losing yourself, subscribe. Because this is where we talk about freedom, healing, and financial self-love. And trust me, this is just the beginning. Because financial freedom isn't a dream. It's a decision. I hope this resonated with you. If it did, subscribe. Leave something in the comments. Let me know if you're a nurse, how long you've been a nurse, and where you are on your journey to becoming your own businesswoman, your own boss. See you guys in the next one. Bye.